Do you have a website? No. Do you have Instagram? No. Remember, I was thinking, so how do you sell? How do you run your business? Why, hello, my internet friends. Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast, a space for perspectives where conversation meets style. If you're new here, hi, what's up? What's poppin', lockin', droppin', stoppin', rockin'? My name is Tumi. I make all sorts of videos from fashion, conversation, lifestyle, and everything in between. If you're new to my channel, it would mean the world to me if you subscribed. I upload 2 times a week on Wednesdays and on Sundays. Now today, I have no idea what is going to be in this video. I literally was sitting down at home. Today is the match between Sabalenka and Raducanu tennis. If you like tennis, yeah, that is the kind of match that is going on today. And all of a sudden I'm dressed and ready to go out. I'm like, Tumi, where are we going? I don't know, but I think one of the places we'll be going to is Selfridges and then maybe Arquette, but I don't have a plan for this vlog. So let's see what we get up to. But definitely subscribe if you like anything tasteful in fashion, luxury, that kind of good stuff. This is definitely the place to be. Usually there is a bit of a structure to my videos, but I feel like there'll be structure with this one. Just come along and let's have some fun, shall we? I think it's like cotton and like viscose or something. It's not silk. So I literally bailed on you guys for a second. Sorry, I was at Selfridges. And the verdict is I didn't buy the trousers. They were size 14. The crotch was too long. And I was like, no. I'll have to get them in the 12 at some point. So hopefully from Net-a-Porter. And if I don't get them from Net-a-Porter, it will come back at some point. But 14 and then doing the tailor work just seemed like a lot of work. Now we're on to Marks and Spencer's. I want to get some groceries. So I saw this really chic bag. So I really like this. I think this is so cool. And I really feel like people sleep on Marks and Spencer's. They actually do some pretty nice things. Like by no shape or form is this the Massimo Dutti one. For example, it only has the pony hair in front. It doesn't have it at the back, but I really like it. They also have it in another, I think they have it in like a smaller version. Let me grab that one. Hold on. So smaller version is this one. I don't know. Do I like this one? I think this pony hair thing is really, really reigning right now. Okay, yeah, I don't like this one as much. I think I prefer this one as more like a catch-all tote for work. That's very stylish. I feel like I spoke about a similar one from another stories, and there's one from Massimo, but this is really chic. I think the one thing I don't like about it is the cow hair is not double-faced. It's only on one side. That's a bit of a bummer. But other than that, not bad. My internet friends, I'm afraid we're gonna have to park it for today. The match is starting or has started, and I'm just heading home. But yeah, we will probably pick it up tomorrow or sometime soon. Okay, internet friends, morning. I don't know if you guys can see my outfit. I'll probably do an outfit of the day, but let's skedaddle, shall we? We are going for an archival sale in Marylebone, and it should be really cool. I completely forgot that I had signed up for this, and then I realized I started a vlog with you guys yesterday, so of course this is perfect. So let's go see what's going on. It's in a new location, Cavendish Square, so let's go. All right guys, so still on the move. So we're going to Cavendish Square, and the market we're going to be exploring today is called the Second Life Market. Now, I know one of the questions people will ask is, to me, how on earth did you find this place? And honestly speaking, I have to say that it is literally just God taking me one place after the other. So when we went for that vintage market 2 weeks ago or last week, whatever the case it may be, one of the sellers, the one who I saw the AC Miyake jacket, the one who had the AC Miyake jackets rather, she was like, oh, you should totally come for this other one that I go for. It's in Marylebone. It's called Second Life. And they have like lots of like archival pieces. It's just one day. Try and come early. Well, clearly I'm not really early because my time slot is 11 and I think right now it's like 11:47 and I'm like, well, I can enter any time from 11 till 6. And the whole point is they're going to be selling archival pieces. So think vintage Miu Miu, vintage Prada, blah, blah, blah. Now, why do I go for all these kind of things? I told myself that with the kind of style I want to have a wardrobe where I can wear like things from premium high street or even like high street. I can wear things from like designer brands. Like this is straight off the rack and it's like current season. It's very easy to style. But I also like the idea of pushing the boundaries of my personal style, which is another thing that I want you guys to learn too. So not just always going for the most obvious thing, but learning to play around with your wardrobe. Because I feel like a wardrobe that has character, but character that is still a representation of you, because personal style is so unique to every single person. Like no two people have the same personal style. It really is an expression of what it is you want to portray to the world. And the whole thing with archival, I feel like sometimes archival has like a specific connotation. Like people have a very fixed mindset of what an archival, like if someone was wearing something archival, how they would look. But you can literally pull the pieces that are a reflection of your personal style. So obviously I haven't been for this fair before. So it'll be interesting to see what it is they have, what the prices are like. And then obviously you guys can get a gist of what you would be getting if you were to come for something like this. But this is why I like going for things like this. It forces me to think outside of the box with my style and improve my taste and just get some interesting stuff. So clearly we're there because I can see a queue. So this should be fun. Hello, my internet friends. I know you guys were expecting like full-on footage of the sale. Well, so was I, but it was just not the kind of place where I could have recorded like in any shape or form. But I am going to do what I usually do and give you guys like a good debrief of how everything went and like what my thoughts are on the sale, etc., etc. So let's just do like a rating of the sale. Like what would I rate it? I think I would give it a solid 3/10. I thought so just before I went inside, I was speaking about how I love like pushing the boundaries of my style and finding like really cool pieces, and if you look at my page, like I have a very certain, my style is pretty much like, you can understand the kind of vibe that I give. Like there are certain words that come to my mind when I want to like come out of my house. Refined, tasteful, clean, put together, like but also still like interesting. So I like my style to revolve around those kind of words. Now my thing with the sale, or rather the market, was I'm not really sure it's aligned to my style. I don't really think it is. Out of everything I saw, so there were 3 floors, right? And on each floor, it was like archival pieces. And they're right in the sense that you see like vintage Miu Miu, you'd see like vintage Prada, vintage Gucci, all that kind of stuff. Some sellers here and there had some really cool stuff. The one critique I would have about the sale overall is that to really enjoy these kind of sales, you really have to be like a size 6 to 8, and your feet have to be like a 35 to 38. Because even when I saw like really cool shoes, so you know like the vintage shoes from Roberto Cavalli that are like very synonymous to that era in the sense that it's jeweled, it's heeled, it's very like over the top. There was one that was like a Miu Miu style. I was like, oh, this is really nice. Size 38. Like, yeah, that pretty much happens all the time. So I think you have to have like small feet to really benefit from these kind of like sales. But why didn't I really like it? I feel like if you have a certain style, you might appreciate it a little bit more. But I feel like for the kind of person that I am, I didn't love it. Was there anything I saw that I would consider buying? Okay, first thing that I would consider buying, and the lady was like the sweetest person. So again, I feel like in the entire thing, the person I enjoyed like conversing with the most was her. She was like, you know, I used to run a community cinema previously, and then I left my job to start this. I love clothes. This is like my dream. And I feel like food for thought. There's actually something to be said about people that do that. I think for me, it's so inspiring because they really just go from like pop-up to pop-up. Like they are so passionate about what they do. It's very inspiring to watch. I really loved her energy. And the thing I loved the most from the entire place was from her. And it was this archival Dolce & Gabbana dress that had this really beautiful print on it. Now, what made it even better was that it was a size 12 to 14. So I feel like it would have fit me. Now, a major annoying thing about the whole place was that there were no changing rooms. They just had like these like pop-up stands. So people were like literally getting naked in the middle of the sale. You just walk by and you see somebody in their pants. I'm like, what's going on? So obviously for me, like if you watch my channel, you'll know that that is certainly not my vibe. It's certainly not my vibe. So I couldn't try on the dress, but I know I was like, oh, do you have a website? No. Do you have Instagram? No. Remember, I was like, hey, so how do you run your business? By the time this video goes live, chances are some of the things I'm showing you here will already be sold. But it's more so like if you're someone that is trying to source something, you can message one of these people. So they're not personal shoppers. I see them more as like sources. They would source all that kind of stuff for you. And yeah, so if that's your jam, definitely check her out. I thought when I saw the dress, I really liked it. And I think when I imagined the dress, I could imagine it in like Rome, like a chill day in Rome with like kitten heels and like a really tiny purse, going for very casual dinner. That was what came to my mind, like somewhere Italian, because I want to play to the whole Dolce thing. The other thing that I saw that was worth speaking about was is it Balenciaga? Yeah, it's Balenciaga City. I remember back in the day, there was this bag that was so popular when I was growing up in high school, and it was called the Balenciaga City bag. It had like the chunky gold or silver, like jewels on it. It was so iconic. And then they reduced it to the smaller, tiny jewels, and everybody was like, oh, this is a bit dead. Why are you doing that? Like, we all loved how chunky it was. Finding that bag now in a really good condition is pretty much impossible. It's usually like beat up, and the prices are usually around 900 to like 1,000, 1,002. But this one, there was a pink one, and then there was a blue one that was up for sale for £600. So 600 and 690, which I thought the price was pretty good, to be honest, pretty good for what it is you're buying. Was there any other thing that I saw that was worth sharing? So did I love the sale? Not really, but I'm content because now at least I have gained a new contact that I can message. And two, I know that I'm not going to be going again because it's just not my style. Like, it's not my style. But yeah, at least I hope you guys have learned something. So it's good to try things out. You know, sometimes I'm like, no, I'm not going. But I did find at least one thing that I thought was beautiful. And one, I can actually go and reverse image searches and see if I can find it online. Or just message and be like, hey, I really like this. Do you have any other thing like this in your archives? Ta-da! I think that's pretty much it. Now, what am I going to do? I am going to go get myself a matcha. And I'm going to go back home and just enjoy the rest of my Saturday, because I was at home chilling, and then I realized, to me, you have something you're supposed to be doing today, and it is work related. So I had to get dressed, put my face on, and do what I gotta do for my job. But let me know what you guys thought about all the stuff it is I showed you. I'm gonna put some more pictures on here. It was also, I think another critique was, like, another point of criticism would be, it was also really dark in there, like really dark. Like in some of the stalls, they had to be using their flashlight to show, so that customers will be able to see what they are looking at. I was like, like, put on the lights. Why are we shopping in darkness? so I think overall I was just a bit like underwhelmed is the word I would use, and it wasn't my style, but it was good to learn nonetheless. So let's go to Blank Street, get some matcha, and then skedaddle. All right, I really love this. Blank Street, cookies and cream matcha. And I really like it. I've never tried this flavor before. Anywho, I was gonna say one more thing. I have this rule with like going for all these sales. I don't like the idea of just buying something just to buy something. I need to love it. And the same way, like when I go to a sale and I see something, especially when it's like not cheap, I don't want to just buy things on the whim. So I like that dress. If I keep thinking about it, I'll message her. If I don't remember, then it's not meant to be. And I think it's a really good habit to have, because sometimes, especially with my job, like I have to be quite firm. If not, I would just buy everything and anything, which is not a good habit to have. But I hope you guys have learned a thing or two. If you just want a bit of an adventure, definitely check out Second Life. I will probably go for more over the summer, and like even when I travel, like I love vintage stuff and like thrifting, so you'd get to see more. But I think for my style, this one really wasn't the one, and that's okay. But I'll catch you guys soon. Bye.